Oh, yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you like movies? But more importantly, do you like people talking about movies? Because I can't find anyone talking about movies. In fact, you could say that I've been looking for something very hard to find, something I can't define. Wait a minute, I think I just defined it, because I'm looking for a podcast. Looking for a podcast. Podcast. I'm looking for a podcast. A podcast about movies. And Steven Seagal. And Scott Adkins. And Ving Rhames too. Who knows? Maybe a movie about aliens too. I don't know. Stop the show.
If society won't punish the guilty, he will.
You see this board here? Every time he kills somebody, I put a red pin in it. So far, the only thing that I've got to show for it is these little calling cards here, and a whole bunch of these.
Now let me tell you something about this Punisher. If he ever shows up within 1,000 yards of me, he'll find out what the word punished really means.
He defends the innocent. But if you're guilty, he gives no warning and shows no mercy.
What the hell is this? Trouble.
Dolph Lundgren, Louis Gossett Jr.
Mr. P, happy hunting!
The Punisher. Justice with a vengeance.
Here we are. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Movie the Podcast. That's
hey,
right.
Everybody.
Hello,
everybody.
Hello, Steven. Here we are, Movie the Podcast. That's right. It's week 3 of Dolph's... You know what it is.
It's week 3 of Dolph-sember.
Dolph-sember.
Is it really? Man, these months go by so fast.
And it's also almost Christmas.
Ugh, gross.
The next march towards death.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there we go.
Yeah.
And Carrie Fisher is in stable condition, so let's...
Way to make it evergreen.
Let's have an introspective
really.
moment of
Jesus
silence.
What do you... No, you don't...
Why are we having a moment of silence for her being alive?
Jesus Christ.
Sounds like a nice thing to say.
Hell of a way to kick off the show, guys.
Hey, man.
Almighty.
Good Lord.
I need to timestamp it with things that have happened and then inappropriately discuss them.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody.
How about that bus?
Hi, everybody.
I got to wrestle control away from dogs.
What the fuck's a lorry, though? Seriously?
What?
Never mind.
Yeah, it's a truck.
So,
Budgie's a parakeet.
Hillbillies want to be called sons of the soil, but ain't gonna happen.
So this week's episode, we're gonna do something a little bit different than usual. We did watch the.
We're not gonna talk about all the men. Oh yeah, we are gonna talk about all the men we want to fuck almost exclusively.
Well, yes.
What sucks is this is a week I watched like 5 movies.
Well, we can talk about it next week.
Let it marinate.
But we're going to do I don't know, the Moleies. We're going to talk about the year that was 2016 in movies and in our podcast. You know, movies outside of the show and inside of the show.
Mostly inside.
Outside.
And then we'll get into our review of 1989's The Punisher.
So deep inside.
Starring Dolph Lundgren. Where are you going?
I get my phone because it's got my list.
Oh, man. You couldn't have done this before we got started.
Nope.
Oh, it's just the worst.
Can we just lock him out?
Should we do a separate Rogue One show? Does that garner enough discussion? Because we all saw Rogue One.
Or we can talk about it next.
Or we can talk about it next week.
Yeah, because then maybe we can talk about the spoilers a little bit more, because hopefully
everyone in the world has already seen this movie.
Literally everyone in the world.
I think
literally
every single person.
I don't know a single person who has not seen it.
Yep.
Every person I know
Have
has
you guys seen it twice yet? Anybody seen it twice?
No. Only once.
Seen what?
Rogue One.
I almost saw it the Saturday after we saw it.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see it again. Well, we'll talk about it next week. So, you guys, if you guys are wondering, the general consensus, all of us really liked it.
Yeah. 2 thumbs up.
So,
I'm sure
blow jobs all around.
but we'll bring it up more in depth next week when we can
do the categories.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
So the categories are the 6 best movies of 2016 outside of the podcast, the 3 best podcast movies, the 3 worst podcast movies, Langenkamp champs, the top 3 Langenkamps.
Langenkamp champs.
No, here's my Langen champs. I got a question on that one.
Shoot.
Is that like of all time or just 2016?
No, just this year. Just the stuff we reviewed this year.
Fuck.
Top 3 beef weasels.
Also just this year?
No.
Can I just stop and say how much I love that word beef weasel? Like, that's term of the year, right?
Yeah, and then biggest surprise of movies we reviewed, GOGs. And the best movie that we saw next year.
Great.
I really like that one, too.
That's a good one.
So what do you want to do first?
That's a
you want to do the
sleeper.
movies,
Let's do the top 6, because I actually have that prepared.
Yeah, let's do our top 6.
Ascending order.
All right.
Who wants to start? Well, not GOGs, obviously.
No, I can start, actually.
Gogs, you can start.
What's your number 6, GOGs?
Number 6 movie of the year.
Number 6 movie of 2016.
Did you ever watch the Screw Attack countdown?
Yeah.
You sound just like the guy that was like number 4. Yeah.
My number 6 film of 2016, and this kind of speaks to how strong the upper echelon of 2016 was, is The Nice Guys.
Nice. A very good movie.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Do I need to say more about it, or just leave it at that?
Say a few words.
A little bit.
That's fucking... Russell Crowe is a fucking maniac in that movie. I love it.
Yeah.
Subtle, fat Russell Crowe is the fucking jam.
Yeah.
And Baby Goose as like the comic foil, top notch.
Yeah, playing against type.
It's real good.
That movie didn't make my list. It almost did. But I think, like, it's really refreshing to see Russell Crowe try. Because I think he's a really good actor, but, like, he's just been in just garbage and, like, the stuff...
I feel like he gets a bad rap, like, off camera.
He's been doing a lot of, like, brown-gray period pieces.
Yeah, true. And Noah. Well, when did that come out?
Well,
Like,
That was last year, wasn't it?
Piece.
yeah.
That was 15, I think.
It was awful.
It's the original period piece.
Yeah.
But, and like, when he was in The Man of Steel, I felt like he was just there. Like, I didn't feel like he was putting any effort into it.
Yeah, well, I don't think... Besides Michael Shannon, nobody... Oh, I guess Diane Lane's good.
Diane Lane's okay.
Kevin Costner's okay.
I hate to say, I was about to say, Kevin Costner is probably the best part of that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, the guy's a good actor, it's just a terrible part.
Yeah.
K-Cos? Yeah.
I don't know if Kevin Costner's a good actor, but that might be a discussion for
Dude,
another
Robin
show.
Hood, Prince of Thieves would argue otherwise.
I feel like he's...
For Love of the Game?
Bull Durham?
He's good in
Field
that.
of Dreams.
He's good in The Untouchables.
The Postman.
He's great in the Untouchables.
Field of Dreams. I don't know.
He's great in Waterworld.
Alright, let's move on.
Anyway,
before
let's...
we-
Yeah.
TJ number 6.
TJ number 6.
I really hope tomorrow when I edit this, I'm not lazy, because I really want to put all the echoes and stuff on your bullets.
Apparently, TJ's number 6 is The Man Who Laughs, starring Conrad Veidt.
Wow. Nice pull there.
Nice one.
Did that come out last year? Or this year?
Yeah, that came out this year in 1926 or whenever that movie came out. My number 6 is 10 Cloverfield Lane. Despite its god-awful ending, it's still a really, really solid movie.
Oh.
That must also be Sean's number 6. The look on his face. Well, you can jump in too. I think
That movie actually would be, if it wasn't for the last 5 minutes of that movie, it would be in my top 3.
It might have been my number 1. It was that good. I thought that John Goodman's performance was, like, absolutely amazing.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead's great.
Yeah, she's great.
Other dude.
Yeah, I forget that guy's name. I loved how it was shot. I loved everything about it, except for that last 5 minutes.
Right, just the premise is so smart, and that you're genuinely not sure.
Yeah.
I got this guy not sure.
Fix the Dust Bowl.
I fucking loved it though. I just hated that
I can't
ending.
believe we had the same number 6.
But the like Sean just said, take out that ending and it bumps it up to like it goes from good to very good. But even with that ending, it's still strong enough that I think
shut
it's
the movie off.
Yeah,
Like 5 minutes before it ends.
Like,
and it's not even all they got to do. I think we talked about it before. Is cut out the shit they obviously added onto it. She finishes the one thing, and then they show that thing in the air, and that's it. That's the whole movie. That's all you need.
You know what? Like, you can go home and become one of those people that make fan edits, because all you'd have to do is just literally cut off that part.
Call them fedits.
Alright, so,
no, you don't.
Alec?
Alec.
Number 6. We're gonna do it every time. I love it.
My number 6 is Pop Star.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one.
I think the second funniest movie I saw this year.
You know what's weird? Whenever I make these lists,
is the funniest?
It's something on my list.
Whenever I make these lists, I never think of comedies.
Snap.
Why is that?
Because you're an asshole.
Because comedy's so subjective.
I guess, yeah. Anyway,
but
sorry.
Like, I feel like this movie was criminally received.
I agree.
It was fantastic. I don't know if it was the marketing or just people don't like The Lonely Island. But I thought that this is one of my favorite movies of the year. Obviously, it's in the top 6.
And that movie gets better every time you watch it.
Nas has one of my favorite lines in any movie this year.
It's really fun. I don't think
then the Jizza or the RZA.
The higher you are, the harder you fall.
Ask any
coconut.
I feel like it was barely marketed. Like, it came out and it was like, oh, it's out. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
they marketed exclusively to a generation of people that don't really go to the theater like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it did great on fucking the Pirate Bay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think it did much better on, like, the retail sale.
No, hopefully. It's a good movie.
I hope so. Those guys need to keep getting money to make movies, because
I can't imagine that cost a whole lot either, so, yeah.
No.
Good hog in there, too. Are we doing,
yeah. Apparently, that's Judd Apatow's dick.
Nice.
He's Judd Apatow.
Are we doing, I wonder if that's his dick in, Walk Hard, too, then.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Are we doing, like, a fantasy football draft rules where, like, we do snake order and go back?
Sure, why not?
Oh, I like that.
Is it the same dick in both movies?
Well, since Sean's already given his number 6.
Sean, number 6. Already. Give.
I feel like a couple of us are going to have, like,
I
similar
think there's going to be
same
a bunch of
order.
overlap. Maybe
Sean, number 5.
My number 5 is a movie I think that I'm the only one that saw is Midnight
Lisa Smile?
Special. Jeff Nichols' Midnight Special.
Still need to see it.
Starring Michael Shannon and babyhead Joel Edgerton.
He does have a baby head.
Jeff Nichols is a fucking genius. That guy's great. He's one of 2 directors on this list that I'm a big fan of as of the last couple of years.
Yeah, I
Both
need to
put out
watch.
excellent movies. I'm a sucker for movies about a relationship between a father and a son. And that's really the driving force of this movie, despite all the special effects.
Right.
It does what the best kind of sci-fi does, and it makes you forget you're watching science fiction. Right. So my number 5, Jeff Nichols' Midnight Special.
I'll have to check it out. I've been meaning to for weeks now. Since didn't you talk about it on the show?
Who else is in that?
Kirsten Dunst. And, Adam Driver's really good in it, too.
Oh, he's good in general. I like him. Alright, so now we're back to Gogs, right?
No, back to
snake order.
Number 5.
My number 5 is Star Trek Beyond.
Ooh.
Star Trek Beyond.
So that is by far the best of those 3 movies. The second movie's horrendous.
Yeah.
I like the first movie a lot. This movie felt
Somebody
like
should cut their pinky off over the second movie.
this movie felt the most like Star Trek. Like,
oh, great.
As far as the adventure and not like it's not. I mean, there's a villain, but it's not like it's not an action movie. It's it's an adventure movie just set in space with great characters. I feel like I forget who directed this one. Justin Lin. Not Jeremy Lin.
Oh,
not the NBA player.
Justin Lin is the guy that directed the second
Fast and the Furious fame.
Yeah, he directed the second G.I. Joe. He directed
which we like.
He did not direct the second G.I. Joe. We keep making that mistake.
Oh.
Was it the other guy, Justin Wan?
It's a guy directed like Step Up to the Streets or something.
Yeah.
That second G.I. Joe movie was awesome.
Yeah.
But like this movie with a guy directing this cast for the first time, I feel like gave everybody ample screen time and fleshed them all out better than by far in the first 2 movies, and nailed pretty much every character note for all the characters.
Yeah, I think you really benefit by not having Ortsy, Kurtzman, and Lindelof write that movie.
Yeah, I mean those writers are terrible.
Simon
How
Pegg
terrible
wrote
is this?
it. Simon Pegg and
My
somebody
beef
else
weasels.
wrote it.
Top of my head.
You have the movie that they're in, though? Okay.
So next is
that's
TJ number 5.
my number 5 is Star Wars or Rogue One: A Star Wars Story.
That's in your 5 slot?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie.
That's in your 5 slot!
And if not for this year being such a great year for movies, it'd probably be higher. We'll talk about it more in depth next week, like we said, but one of the things... I love this movie a lot. There's a lot of criticism about this movie coming out, but I don't really... I don't know. It doesn't... The criticism doesn't resonate with me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was... in ways, to me, I liked it more than The Force Awakens. Like, it felt more satisfying. Yeah. Like, I think the beats in this movie, like not the beats, but like the beat goes the special effects and the fighting and the atmosphere of this movie I liked more than Force Awakens, but The Force Awakens has hands down much better character.
Like it has a realness. It feels like a real. I mean, just uncomfortable. It's wet, dirty.
It's something that we've talked about a lot on this show, but it feels lived in.
Big dicks.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I really like that. Now, I agree that the characters are a little flat, but...
I mean, the point, you're not identifying with the characters in that movie, you're identifying with the situation.
Exactly. But I really enjoyed the movie.
This is something... I'm sure it's on all of our lists, right? Yeah, somewhat order.
Yep.
It's a movie where it's kind of the opposite of 10 Cloverfield Lane, where the last bit of the movie bumps it up way higher than it would have otherwise. If it ended the way I thought it was going to end, I don't know that it would be up that high.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, Rogue One is my number 5.
Number 5.
God, what's your number 5?
Coming in the hot 5 slot, Ry Ren's Deadpool.
Oh, it's another movie that I totally forgot about when I was making this list, because that was an excellent movie.
It's a fun one.
Very good.
It's real fun with the guns and the fun.
Still a little worried about Deadpool 2, to be honest.
Still dead. Number 4. Star Trek Beyond!
Number 4.
I really like that movie.
Higher than me.
Yeah. Well, I only saw 10 movies this year that were new.
Yeah, I only saw 9.
Remember.
I went through every
So Suicide Squad made my top 10
list. Did you watch
list.
any documentaries or anything this year?
Not.
You watched that one about dying or whatever, didn't you? That's a movie.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess I did watch a bunch of documentaries that came out this year.
But yeah.
Did you watch the OJ one?
No.
It's really good.
Star Trek Beyond, lots of heart, lots of good shit, all stuff Alex said.
I also like that they take a stupid fucking throwaway trope from the other two movies and make it plot relevant.
Oh,
the song.
Classical music?
Yeah. Beats in the show.
That wasn't bad.
Is this classical music?
Yeah.
I believe it is.
More Carl Urban's always a good thing, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, your number 4 was Deadpool.
Number 5 was Deadpool. Number 4 was Star Trek Beyond. TJ, not number 4.
My number 4 is The Witch. I thought that...
I own that movie, haven't seen it.
The BV Itch?
Yeah, I thought this...
See it on the streamies all the time. I've been waiting to watch it.
This movie is absolutely amazing.
That's a movie with Black Steve the dog.
Black Phillip the goat. But yeah, it's a movie that took a lot of risks. Like, it's not your typical horror movie. Actually, a lot of people... It's kind of a polarizing movie because I think, like, quote, traditional horror fans were kind of... Like, it's kind of a slow, plotting movie, and it's about building tension through atmosphere. And I think, like, you know, again, like, people that were looking for something gory or, like, something kind of over the top were let down. But if you wanted, like, a good movie, if you wanted a good movie, it's there. And I thought that the main character, the girl, she was amazing. And it's hard to get good performances out of, like, young people like that. And so much of the movie is dependent upon her performance. But yeah, I thought The Witch was absolutely amazing. It does interesting things with sound design, which sounds weird, but, like, I remember seeing it in the theater, and the opening bit, they're basically on trial it's like, what do you call it? Like an early settlers in, like, the Massachusetts area. Like, thank you. That's the word I was trying to look for.
Colonial Marines.
So they're basically on trial, and you can't really, like, they're in the middle of this kind of court situation, but you can hardly hear anything. And at first, like, I saw it at the Charles, and sometimes their sound is just a little off, so I was like, oh, this is fucked up, this kind of sucks. Then, like, I see it later at, like, a bigger, like, technologically more advanced theater, and it sounds exactly the same way. I'm like, oh, this is what they're going for. They're going for this weird kind of disorienting thing, like, right off the bat. And I don't know, it's just, like, little things.
That's
like...
that guy's first feature?
Yeah, first movie. But I loved it, and I highly recommend it. Good year for horror this year, too. Because Don't Breathe didn't make my list, but it almost did.
Yeah.
And that's another really good, solid horror movie. Anyway.
What about Don't Speak, the No Doubt song?
That's a good song. Makes me cry.
That come out this year?
Sure. Came out every year.
Just like TJ.
Alec, number four.
Not number 4.
Number 4 is Doctor Strange.
Nice. Good pick.
Was never a huge
Or
fan.
How I Learned to...
Oh, you fell over it. Doctor Strange, or How I Learned How to Love the Magic
Wong.
and the Wong.
I learned to stop worrying and love the Wong.
Nice.
I was never a huge fan of Doctor Strange in the comics. He's had his moments, but I never read any of his series or anything. This movie was fantastic, and visually was everything I was hoping for from what I've seen in like the old was it Kirby?
Steve Ditko.
Ditko. Like the visuals are fucking absolutely
Ditko.
absurd in this film.
It's a movie, if I had 10 slots, would have made my list probably.
Yeah, I really liked it too. It was really good.
And I thought the resolution to it with the main villain was very creative,
very cool,
and very almost fun too.
It reminded me
It was
of
very,
Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's a good reference.
I
But,
still gotta see it.
yeah, you should, Dick. Doctor Strange, number 4.
Number 4.
Sean Quattro.
Oh, thanks. My number 4 is Goggs's number something else, The Nice Guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fellas.
Great movie.
Surprised that didn't make it higher on your list.
Yeah. Well, the top 3 are pretty stout.
Yeah.
Great Baby Goose line. Don't say and stuff, just say dad whores are here.
Yeah.
It's Shane Black. I mean, it's
Yeah,
Shane
it's
Black.
so good.
Just doing
It's
his
Shane Blackiest.
Black thing. Yeah. No kid, I don't want to see your dick. That's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3
is Nicholas Winding Refn's The Neon Demon.
That's a good one.
Which is
Neon
Demon, which is a fantastic movie that it's so hard to describe.
Yeah.
All my movies are genre movies. I think that's a genre movie, right? That's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a very stylized horror movie.
We both talked about this on separate episodes, so I don't know
Sure.
that we need to get into it too much, but Jenna Malone steals that movie.
She's fantastic. Yeah. She's really, really good.
But that's me.
But what's her name's good too? The Elle Fanning,
Yeah,
the lead.
Keanu Reeves, like I said, is great in his 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a movie that people want to attach depth to that doesn't need to be there at all and isn't there.
Unnecessary depth.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
That's either a gay porno or a poet.
That's
He's sitting
hilarious.
there just hitting a bongo.
Right. Okay.
I am more.
All right.
Alec, number 3.
Number 3. Trace.
Number 3 is
Mr.
Captain America: Civil War.
Wow.
I forgot that movie came out this year.
Number 3.
That movie, I love that movie.
Yes,
But no matter
so
how
good.
good the whole movie was, it would have been on my list just for the portrayal of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Just absolutely fucking nailing Spider-Man, finally. I thought the Sam Raimi movies did an okay job with it, especially in the second one. Mm-hmm. But just to, I don't know, he was on screen for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and this movie was better than any Spider-Man that we've seen on the big screen.
Agreed.
Yeah. Can't wait for the
They
homecoming.
anything else, and the movie's really good too. And I
Yeah.
thought it surprisingly had a lot of
Best villain of any
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
yet.
like
Yeah.
Zemo.
Well, I mean, Loki's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Not Loki, not
Beyond Loki, yeah.
Best one
That's
shot
also
villain.
in 4 movies?
Yeah, best one shot
Yeah.
villain.
I thought it surprisingly had a lot of humor in there that I wasn't expecting.
Well, you got Paul Rudd.
Well, even besides
Rudd's
him,
great.
all the scenes with Falcon and Cap and Falcon and Bucky,
I think
all the
fighting to
broing
be
out
Cap.
is great.
I think the
Like-
movie had a lot of heart too, which is hard. I thought that was going to be difficult to do with a movie that's just about the
A big
superheroes
studio
punching
movie,
each
yeah.
other.
It's about, 15 Avengers fighting each
Yeah,
other.
and I thought
still,
Chris Evans delivers wholesome Captain America
The way,
real well.
The Black Panther deals with what happens with his father,
Yeah.
I thought was really...
Yeah.
And I really liked the final battle between Tony and Steve. I thought that was amazing. I thought that, that could have, in lesser hands, that's a really cheesy scene, and that's just them punching each other.
It's
But
also...
you
we're
really...
not probably the first people to bring it up, that's a movie that benefits from the 12 movies that came before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got a lot of world building. TJ, not number 3.
My number 3 is kind of a dark horse pick, I would say. My number 3 is...
Horse.
No. I've never seen that. No, my
Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
It is animal related. My number 3 is The Lobster.
That was like...
The Lobster?
Really like that movie a lot. It came out of nowhere.
I fucking love Duncan, kid.
I thought...
I'm the king of
Give me a Paul, you're gonna be in the movie.
I thought
middle nut taps.
Go to Starbucks, you rich fuck.
but anyway,
fucking smoking it here, Mark. Sorry.
The Lobster is really good. It's the kind of like weird sort of low budget sci-fi that I like, where it's not even like Sean mentioned before, like good sci-fi. You don't really even realize you're watching sci-fi. Like The Lobster's definitely like that because it's got sort of a science fiction premise,
and it doesn't. By 10 minutes of the movie, you don't even give a shit about the premise.
No,
like in the best possible way.
No, it's really good. Colin Farrell gives a really good performance. It's got this weird, like, awkward comedy to it. Like, I don't even...
I told you, like, I laughed, but I felt bad.
Yeah, it's like this weird stifled comedy, but it's really, really good. And, I don't know, it has a lot to say. Like, I really enjoyed the movie. And, again, I think that... it's quite an accomplishment because, like, it's one of those things, like, I never heard of this fucking movie. It was done on, like, no fucking budget. It looks great. It's full of great performances. John C. Reilly's really good in it. Colin Farrell's really good in it.
I love the nosebleed guy.
Oh, that guy was great. Rachel Weisz is great in it, even though she doesn't get in a bathtub like she does on every movie that we see on the podcast.
God bless her.
But, yeah, The Lobster's really good. It's still on Amazon if you want to watch it, so... check out The Lobster. Gogs, number 3.
Number 3. My number 3 is Green Room.
Wow, yeah.
That movie is a nightmare. And it is excellent. And it's terrible.
And it's excellent.
That Anton Yelchin is dead because his performance in that movie is... it's Stellar Bro is dead regardless.
Really
what it makes it even sadder is that he is... stellar in that fucking movie.
Is it the best closing line in a movie?
It's amazing. The whole movie is just it's incredibly tense. It's amazing. It's sneezy. It's breezy. The movie is that movie fucking sticks with you. So just like go see it, but be ready because it ain't a fucking frolicky happy times jamboree. It's like it's
not a showbiz pizza or whatever you just said.
It is just stacked to the gills with decisive, immediate murder. Number 2. My number 2 is Captain America: Civil War.
Wow,
I really, really enjoyed that movie. I think, well, for all the reasons Alec mentioned, but
but less racist,
right? More Middle East Coast. The airport
Middle
battle.
East Coast.
Yeah, like from the middle of the East Coast.
Mid-Atlantic.
Middle East Coast.
Mid-Atlantic. I guess that works.
So it'll be like Saudi Arabia.
Middle East Coast. That battle at the airport is phenomenal. It's the best battle we've seen in any Marvel movie. And it's fun because it's heroes fighting heroes. So they're going like 90%, and they get to show off all their tricks, but you can still watch them pull punches and have banter, especially the bit between like Hawkeye and Scarlet, Black Widow. Like all that shit's great. All the Spider-Man shit is amazing.
It's light without being
pun intended.
Like, without being Joss Whedon Avengers 2. Like,
right.
Everybody telling jokes nonstop.
When Ant-Man goes big and Tony Stark reacts to that, it's just top notch.
Does anybody on our side have any fantastic powers they'd like to
just reveal now?
How fucking great
I know you're great.
Because when Ant-Man goes big, like, it just looks so good, and he moves slower, and it just looks fucking incredible.
It looks like the comic.
Yeah, it looks
that kind of, like, staggered, like... aura.
And it's shot that way too. Yeah, I love it.
The whole thing is that movie's fantastic. That's my number 2. TJ, number 2.
No. Gogs, number 1.
No, he already did 2.
Or did number 2.
We're going 2, then you start.
My number 2 is Neon Demon, the movie Sean just got done talking about. Like Sean, I absolutely love this movie. I'm a big Nicholas Winding Refn got his name right again.
2 in a row.
I'm a huge fan of his. I love this movie so much that like I went on like a reffin like buying rampage after this, and I bought Neon Demon, I bought Valhalla Rising, I bought all the Pusher movies, like I bought everything. Like I just think that Neon Demon is like it's like I don't know, it's a guy that I've always liked, but he's just refined his style to a point now that he's just like showing off. Yeah. Like I think that the movie is it's one of those weird things where I feel like it's a movie he totally just made for himself, but it works. You know what I mean? It works in a way that like, I mean, it's a weird comparison to make, but like Eraserhead is a movie that I think was made for one person. Like it was made for David Lynch, and then he's like, well, you know, some people might like it.
Yeah, it was made for Pencil Butt.
I like what you did there. But no, what I mean is like, I guess another way to put it is Neon Demon is like, it's 100%.
He's showing his ass to everybody.
Well, nobody's giving notes on.
That's what I'm trying to say. But it's all his ideas. There's no interference from any side.
Maybe we need less neon.
Shut up, dick.
It's pure vision, and sometimes that doesn't work out. And I think this time it does.
Yeah,
and I think
Kelly.
Yeah. I think it's an amazing movie. It's not a movie everybody's going to like, but I fucking love it. I think it's fantastic.
We don't love it enough to be in the number 1 slot.
That's my number 2. Well, number 1 is... It was a tough spot to fill this year. Again, this is a fucking great movie. Great year. I went through my list, like... I had like a top 25. I watched it. Unlike you, Gogs, I feel like I watched a million fucking movies this year.
I watched more movies this year than I have in the last year or two.
And I'd like to think...
I also didn't watch Mad Max and Turbo Kid 38 times this year, so...
Oh, like me?
Right.
This show has made me watch more movies, because I feel like...
Thanking the podcast.
Every week, I feel like I want to... It gives me a reason to watch something, because I want to, like, have something to talk about.
Not me.
Yeah, because...
Sometimes I watch shit, sometimes I don't.
You have an excuse, though. But...
Alan number 2.
My number 2 was Gog's number something. Deadpool.
Nice. Coming up strong.
Yeah, like, I don't really have a negative thing to say about that movie. I think earlier somebody said there was some criticisms, but...
About Deadpool?
Yeah. No, they said they're worried about...
I'm worried about the sequel.
Okay.
I think the sequel might be bad.
I'm not worried about Gina Carano's cans, though.
No, I love Deadpool. If somebody has a problem with Deadpool, they can fuck clean off.
Like, that movie just... I mean, there's just not a lot to say about it.
My only criticism of Deadpool is that it ends.
What's her name? Vanessa Carlyle should have been naked the whole time.
Oh, she could definitely get it. Or no, that's not her name.
That's the name of the character.
Baccarat. Her name's like...
Vanessa Carlyle is the name of Copycat in the comic books. Oh. Fucking dork. Moving on. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm the dork.
Her name's like Monica Baccarin or something like
That's
that.
her real name.
Marina Baccarin.
Isn't that what you were trying to say?
No.
Marina Baccarin.
Her name is Vanessa.
Oh, you were saying her character name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck's sake.
We always just say their real names.
I don't.
Oh.
Anyway. That movie is fucking awesome.
It is fucking awesome.
Sean.
Number 2.
Sean, number 2.
It's number 2 in your program, but number Rogue One, A Star Wars Story.
Oh! Number 2, wow.
Number 2.
Again, because of the end. Not the end, but the last, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
This movie ends in a way that I would not expect to be possible from a Star Wars movie made by Disney.
No.
Well, you heard that story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like...
It's still astounding that they say 40% of this movie was reshoots. I don't even understand how that's possible.
Yeah.
Fucking... There's almost Black Hawk Down-esque sequence.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie.
It's phenomenal.
And because of who directed it, I was shocked. Because his output prior to it is pretty shitty.
Oh, Monsters is one of the movies I watched this week. I watched so many movies this week.
Good, right?
Monsters is terrible.
It's not pretty shitty. It's downright awful.
The last 10 minutes of that Godzilla movie are pretty good.
Yeah, but the fucking, the 120 before it are fucking horrendous.
Literally all of Monsters is garbage.
Yeah.
Well...
That's coast to coast like butter and toast. It's fucking bad.
I got excited when they announced the movie because I thought it was the other guy that was
the raid guy.
Yeah.
Again, we've had this discussion possibly on the show. There's 2 guys in the world named Gareth, and they're both directors. I don't understand how that's possible.
Yep. And, so...
Wait.
Here he is. We're coming on. Show's number 1.
Is Medea Spooktacular?
Oh,
What's called Medea Spooktacular?
I hope not.
No.
I really hope not.
Oh,
That'd be
I didn't even think about that.
Yikes.
Oh, my number 1 is Jeremy Saulnier's Green Room.
Yep. That's a good pick.
It's one of the most emotionally affecting movies I've seen, and since his last movie, Blue Ruin, that guy's a genius.
Yeah.
Jeff Nichols is a genius. What else? We talked about Green Room to death.
Yeah, it's an
I don't feel like
amazing
there's
movie.
more I can add.
Well, you're going to get a little sick because it's coming up again.
Alec.
Alec, number 1.
Itch. That's Japanese.
My Star Wars Rogue One number 1.
Wow, number one
movie of the year.
Hello.
Me and Gogs had this conversation last weekend. Clearly, you guys have been into Star Wars way more than I ever was. Like, I've seen the movies, but I was never...
He was a Trekkie.
Yeah, I was a Trekkie.
That's fair.
Trek's not Wars. This movie is my favorite Star Wars movie out of all of them.
Wow.
This movie is
Strong.
fucking fantastic. I really don't know what else to say. This is
I think that says enough.
Hands down the best movie of the year. By far.
I'm excited next week when we get to break it down and talk about it.
Yeah,
I might have to go see it again before then.
I might.
Just to watch it a second time.
I'd be down to clown on
We
that
go
one.
Wednesday.
Call
You're down
Friends
to
Day.
clown all the time.
Right.
Always down to clown.
You're always down to clown.
All right.
TJ.
TJ number uno.
I think I know what this is going to be.
Yeah, my number 1 is Green Room. I fucking loved Green Room. It like Sean said, I couldn't said it any better. It is the most
But you're gonna try.
affecting movie I saw this year. Like I don't like it blew me away. Like it legitimately like
It's like I had to take it out of the machine, put it up, and I'm like, I gotta let this fucking breathe for a while.
it's just so fucking good. And I like I think everybody here, I was a big Jeremy Saulnier fan. Like I lost my shit over Blue Ruin. I feel like I was like proselytizing that movie. Like everybody needs to see Blue Ruin, and he made a better movie than Blue Ruin, and I don't even know how that's possible. Like
Blue Ruin is excellent.
it's so fucking good, but Green Room's better. Like it's just the guy is an absolute genius. I love Green Room. I can't recommend it enough. It's available on Amazon Prime for free. Well,
just buy it.
Just buy it. Treat the man.
yeah, it's really fucking good. And we talk a lot about I can't say what's the guy the Sicario guy and the
Dennis Villanueva.
him Dennis Villanueva and Jeremy Saulnier and
Nicholas
Refn.
Winding Refn.
all these. Well, Refn's different because he's been around a little bit longer, but the guy that did
Jeff Nichols.
these are guys that are
Nichols.
relatively like
Who want to fuck with hot
at
Nichols?
the beginning of their careers. And, like, I just see these guys, and it's, like, so fucking exciting. Like, what are they going to do next?
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe they're driller killer.
And the same with Refn a little bit, but I just mean, like, Refn's been around for over a decade, but, it's just exciting to see what they're going to do. And I love, like, as a person that, like, obviously loves movies, like, just thinking about the future with these talented guys. And, guys, we don't even know yet. Like, I can't wait. Like,
do you feel like guys like this are getting a huge bump from digital distribution? Because these
100%.
movies
Without
are
a
not
doubt. Without a
like
doubt.
these movies are not like marquee. Going to be packing asses into the seats.
no.
They're
Well,
not
I mean,
like-
it's...
they're not like Biz Marquee.
We touched on it a little bit, I think, last week on the show, but, now that Amazon and Netflix have their own production companies, it's going to help guys like this. Like, Neon Demon was produced by Amazon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good for to create, these creative guys that aren't going to make, the Rogue Ones. Not that there's anything wrong with that movie, but they're...
Shitting on Alex Perk.
No, I love that movie. I'm just saying that a guy like Jeremy Saulnier is not going to make this $200 million blockbuster. Not that he probably couldn't, but like probably maybe doesn't want to. He doesn't want to tell that kind of story. And I don't know. Go watch Green Room. I mean,
it speaks to like Blue Ruin. There's nobody in that movie, right?
No. Well, there's no. I mean, there's.
But you pull Patrick Stewart and Anton Yelchin, or names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Patrick
And you
Stewart's
get
one of those.
Lawrence from
Patrick
Parks and
Stewart's
Rec.
one of those guys that he's like famous, but he's not like. I feel like he'll do like he.
I think
he's
he
done,
likes
like,
the project. He'll be like, yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. He's not like upper tier. I don't know. It's weird.
Not an upper decker. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. All right, my number one pick is Rogue One.
Wow.
So we're split evenly down the middle. Rogue One and Green Room.
I fucking walked out of that movie feeling like I thought I was going to feel after leaving The Force Awakens. I was smiling, and literally all I could think about was how much I enjoyed it and how badly I want to go see it again. It was exactly what I wanted it to be, which I was scared it wasn't going to dare to be.
Right.
Like, I didn't think they were gonna fucking do what they did, and it was it's beautifully shot.
Yeah.
It's beautifully directed. What's her name? Forgive me.
Felicity Jones.
Felicity Jones is a fucking beast in that movie. The bad guy is what's his name? Director Raddick or
People are
Krennic.
complaining about how he's like a terrible villain because he's a nobody. I'm like, that's the whole point of the
Yeah.
villain.
He's
He's a fucking
fantastic.
middle manager.
He wears
Yeah.
a cape.
Like, a buddy of mine brought it up. Even after he gets done getting choked, he's like, "Am I still in charge?"
He's a weasel. He's everything
Yeah.
you want out of an Imperial officer. He's perfect.
Yeah, and he's so ostentatious. That's why he's wearing that fucking cape
Right,
and
I
that
love
white
it.
uniform.
You got fucking Chirrut Imwe, who is now I don't know, he's probably my top 10 Star Wars characters of all time now. And K2SO, who might be the top 4. Like, it's fantastic. Like, I loved that fucking movie. I can't say enough about
Big
it.
fan.
Big fan. My movie of the year.
All right. What's the next category, Sean?
Top 3 podcast movies.
So this is movies we watched.
On the
correct.
show.
So I have a quick question on that.
Shoot.
Is it any movie we watched on podcast, including stuff we hadn't seen previously, or is it stuff we only got exposed to through the podcast?
No, anything
we did on the
Okay.
podcast. That's what I took it as.
Making our list as we're reading them off. Fix
No.
dogs.
No, I did this.
Can we each just go
Yeah, let's just
and do all of them?
Okay.
I'll just run through mine, because I actually have this. I'm good with
Do it 3-1.
3-1? Okay. In the number 3 slot, well, I guess if we're doing stuff we've seen before, would be King of New York.
We just
It
said...
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you've seen, you don't have to qualify it. It's
Well,
just
because
movies
I
we've
bumped
seen.
King of New York off the list because I thought it was stuff I
Yeah.
just got exposed to.
Just go ahead.
So King of New York,
All right.
The Crow,
Okay.
Yep.
and Man of Tai Chi.
Okay.
Good list.
I think that's 2 10s and a 9 for me.
TJ.
My list, we're going 3 to 1. John Carter is number 3.
Wow.
Showdown in Little Tokyo. And Fear City. I thought Fear City was amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
Fear City,
and Fear
bro.
City was a movie that, like, how did I never see that before? Like, it's about a karate killing serial killer,
Right.
and it's got fucking Tom Berenger in it as, like, a fucking punch-drunk
And there's
detective.
whores and stuff.
It was awesome. Actually, and Fear City's gonna come up a little later in the list.
Is it? Yeah.
So, Alex
Lots of whores.
Out.
Number 3 was G.I. Joe Retaliation.
was really good.
Number 2 is Universal Soldier.
Yeah, that almost made my list. Too.
That almost made my
That
list
was
as well.
a very big surprise for me. how
Number
good that
1
was.
is Ninja 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ninja
yeah.
1 2 were an honorable mention.
That movie was just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Dude's great.
I'm
I couldn't remember because I feel like me and God
you know,
watched all those movies by herself.
we watched Ninja 2 and Kickboxer of Vengeance. We did
Yeah.
a double feature.
You and me
We
watch
started-
Man of Tai Chi
we
and
started-
regular ass Ninja.
TJ
I was
couldn't come
out.
that week,
Yeah.
so we changed whatever we were gonna do.
TJ couldn't come.
Yeah.
Aw.
That happens once in a
Because
while.
the dick don't work.
It's alright, I
Sean.
got
Already
pills.
sick. Number 3, Showdown in Little Tokyo. Number 2, Universal Soldier Regeneration. Number 1, Man of Tai Chi.
Yeah. Definitely.
Man of Tai Chi was a fucking
Definitely
jam.
Yeah.
All right.
Keanu Reeves is amazing, and I don't know why he hasn't directed any other movies.
All right, bottom.
Seriously,
Start
why has he not directed any other
Sean's
movies?
bottom
Sean
three.
Bottoms.
Okay.
These are the bottom
the
3.
power bottoms.
The power bottom.
I guess from your
Yeah,
best
we'll do-
bottom to worst bottom.
Yeah. Number 3, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Oh, that was bad.
Number 2, The Condemned 2.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1, The Crow: Wicked Prayer.
Yeah.
That's a shit sandwich right there, people.
Alec.
But both of the bread's shit.
Number 3.
It's like one of those components.
It's like one of those like Friendly's burgers. It's a shit sandwich with a shit patty in the middle, and then a shit
That's
sandwich
just-
underneath of the patty.
Number 3, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Yeah, that was bad.
Number 2, Driller Killer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And number 1, Sinister Squad.
Yeah.
I couldn't put Driller Killer in there because at least it was insane. Like, at least it wasn't boring.
Yeah.
That movie is awful.
That's true. Well, it definitely wasn't boring. Doom could have fit in there somewhere.
Snitch almost got on mine.
It's up there.
Doom, we didn't even fucking pay attention to.
Oh,
I
forgot about
Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, we were just talking about
Snitch.
Batman vs Superman the whole time.
Sue. All right, so mine. Number 3, Deja Vu.
Oh yeah, that's
Which was fucking terrible.
That was
Was it?
That was
Dezember.
That was December.
Oh, shit,
fine.
whatever. Chain Reaction.
Oh,
I went
Keanu year.
I went through the list of podcasts because, like, honestly, like a lot of these bad ones, like you just forget about completely. But Chain Reaction, I just remember was being terrible. So many exterior shots of Keanu Reeves running to nowhere,
driving to Washington.
and my number 1 is Sinister Squad because that was god awful. It's available on Amazon Prime if you like to watch it.
Don't.
Yeah, don't.
So my number 3, Driller Killer. Then in the number 2 from the shit spot is The Condemned 2.
Yeah, that was.
And then I slapped them together, Crow 3-4, into just the worst shit we watched all year.
I'm gonna give you. I'll allow.
You allow that?
Yeah. All right. What's the next category?
LKPs.
Langenkamp champs.
Yeah.
Lagging champs.
I had a hard
Those
time
is
remembering
3?
these.
Yeah.
Well, here, can I go first?
Sure.
Go ahead.
So, I have number 1 is Lynn Collins, the chick from
Carter.
John Carter.
My number 1.
Number 2
I've got
is...
a dark horse for number 1.
Number 2 is Rachel Weisz from, like, the 5 different movies.
From the one where she
We
had
saw her.
cancer.
From the
and died.
fountain. From the fountain.
We saw her in, what, like 2 or 3 different movies?
Yeah.
And number 1 is a tie from G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Yeah, she almost made my list.
Adrian Pilecki, who played Lady J, and
yeah.
Elodie Young, who played Jinx, who also is Elektra from
Oh, yeah.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I forgot about
those
that.
2 tied for my top.
I forgot about the ladies in that film.
I guess there was reverse order. That was my top spot. Those
All
2.
right,
Okay.
Sean.
Going backwards.
Number 3, Rachel Weisz from Constantine. Number 2, Lynn Collins from John Carter. Number 1, Nona Gay from Blood and Bone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Number 3, I picked some dark horse picks because I forgot about the... It was so easy to make my beef weasels list. Just right, it was immediate. I had to think about my LKPs. Number 3, sleeper pick, Melinda Clarke, Priest from Spawn.
Oh,
Yeah. I remember that. Number 2, Lynn Collins from John Carter.
She made all of our lists.
Leave it up.
And
Should we send her like a trophy?
She'll make it next year, too, when we do Wolverine fucking Origins or whatever.
Dark Horse number 1 pick, Tia Carrere, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
She looked great.
Yeah.
All right, mine. Number 3, Tia Carrere from Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Nice.
Running around that tank top, gotta love it.
Yeah.
Number 2, Melanie Griffin from Fear City.
Yeah.
She looked really good in that movie. And number 1, Lynn Collins from John Carter.
Lynn Collins.
As the Princess of Volt. Or
I
whatever the fuck they
appreciate
called
I
her.
appreciate you guys looking up her name because I literally my list.
I just wrote the chick from John Carter.
I looked it up this afternoon.
All right, what's the next category, Sean?
Beef Weasel.
Weasels.
Look at the Dells.
TJ, you go.
All right, my number 3, Dolph Lundgren. My number 2, Dolph Lundgren. My number 1, Dolph Lundgren.
Wow.
He's the man we named the scale after. It has to be Dolph Lundgren.
His fucking Beef Weasel quotient's like a what the fuck is it, like an infinity sign?
It's
like
it's like a Moleies loop. It's insane. Like fucking like last week on Showdown Little Tokyo, his chest went from Texas to Japan. It was just he's all beef.
Yeah.
He's like the best kind of hot dog, all beef.
I'll go.
Sean.
Number 3, Scott Adkins,
Of
Undisputed 2.
Yes.
Number 2, Michael Jai White,
Undisputed 2.
Nice.
Number 1, Dolph Lundgren, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's a good list. That's a good beef weasel list.
All right,
Alec.
Alec, you get your weasels out.
Yep, my weasel's ready to go. Number 3, Dolph Lundgren from pick one of the like 5 movies we've seen with him this year. Number 2, Scott Adkins in Ninja 2.
Yeah.
Just fucking destroying people. And number 1, The Rock from G.I. Joe
course.
Retaliation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
your
it does make sense.
It's your boyfriend. It's alright.
Gobbles?
So for parody's sake, number 3, John Carter from John Carter of Mars.
What's that guy's name? Taylor Kitsch?
He's sliced up in that
Taylor
film.
Kitsch.
Number 2, Scott Adkins, Ninja 2.
Nice.
Number 1, Dolph Lundgren, Showdown in Little Tokyo.
I was watching it the other day, and where he's like in the interrogation room and he puts his arm on the table, his arm's somehow bigger than the table.
We have one more category, right?
Two. We have a surprise, then we just added best movie next year.
Sorry, yeah. All right, surprise movie of the podcast, right? Sean, you go ahead.
I got a tie.
Okay.
Blood and Bone and The Fountain.
Wow. Oh yeah. Okay.
Because I thought it was going to be on Team Gogs because I thought it was going to be like pretentious as fuck. I thought it was going to be like a Black Swan kind of situation.
Well, because that's like the Aronofsky that you know, yeah.
And it turned out to be a very beautiful, affecting movie, and I loved it a lot.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Alec,
what about Blood and Bone?
Blood and Bone I thought was just going to be like DTV garbage.
It was
fucking awesome.
It was kind of like a modern Enter the Dragon a little bit.
It was
It was very good.
I also had 2 I couldn't choose. John Carter, because everything I heard about that was that it was garbage, and then Sean luckily decided to play it for us, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was
I bought
good.
it the next day on Amazon on DVD.
Throw it away.
Fucking throw that.
Send that to
Flush that in the toilet.
My other surprise was Saw 7.
Yeah, I forgot about Saw 7. Yeah,
I went back through the list that the guy made for us, looking at all the movies.
Hey, the guy.
Barry.
The guy
Did we
still
send
had-
him his toy
No,
yet? No, it's still
Christ, guys.
He'll get it.
I went back through and that's how I looked at all the movies with it. I could have just gone through the podcast list.
That's what I did.
I did it the stupid way.
I forgot about Saw 7 though.
But yeah, we were all expecting that to be fucking horrendous, and that movie was.
It turned out
really
to be the
good.
best one out of all of them. Like, who?
Yeah, by a lot.
Who would have thought? Anyway, me.
Yeah, you go.
You.
My biggest surprise is Crow 2: City of Angels.
Yeah.
It's a movie that I remember hating, and it was fucking great. I loved it. Like, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It was different enough from the first one that it was its own thing, and I thought it was really well done.
Yeah,
like, I
big
really,
fan.
really enjoyed it. And I did not expect that. When we pitched, like, Crowvember, I was like, oh, God, because I was thinking Crow 2, like, oh, no. And turns out that was, like, that's, like, one of the bright spots of the podcast. Like, that was a really, really fun find. Like, what a gem to kind of polish off and be like, wait a minute, this is a pretty cool movie.
I also have Crow 2 as my because
really
I was literally dreading it.
Yeah.
Because I remembered how much I hated it.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah.
And I was shocked how much I enjoyed it, like, and how good it was. And it gave me hope for Crow 3 and 4, which was immediately dashed.
Crow 2 Podcast 0.
Nice.
So what's the best movie of next year?
Best movie we saw next year.
My best movie that I saw next year is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah,
It's going to be a fun-filled,
Good pick.
spacey sex romp.
That's up there for me.
Good pick. Who's next?
I'll go.
Sean.
Blade Runner 2049 is the best movie I saw next year.
I have. You guys can't see it.
That's a bold.
You guys can't see it at home. I have both my fingers crossed that that's going to be good.
I went with safe money. You went with long money.
They can see it at home.
Yeah. I hope that's good. I really hope that's good. Villanueva is solid.
Yep.
He hasn't made a bad movie
This
yet.
guy's not bad.
Can I guess what Alex's movie is?
Yeah.
It's going to be
Furious 8?
No.
Damn it.
That was a good guess. I didn't even think
Fate
about
of the Furious.
Fate of the Furious. I didn't even think about that one. Mine is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah,
That
that's going
is
to be
the
good.
best movie I saw next year. That movie. Yeah, I've been waiting for a really good Spider-Man movie forever. I feel like we're finally getting some decent X-Men ones. Now Spider-Man's the one that I need to.
Yeah.
Step your game up.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
mean, there's always Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That movie sucks.
that movie does suck.
You suck.
Also true. Those two things aren't mutually exclusive. I think it's going to be Star Wars Episode 8.
Ooh.
I think that movie is going to be very good. I think it's going to be
Ryan Johnson's pretty good.
Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Is it Ryan?
It's Ryan, yeah.
What do you
It's
think
not
it is?
Ryan.
I thought it was
Spelled
Rain.
R-A-I-N.
I thought it was like Rain Johnson.
Rain in that
Well, that's
Johnson.
because you can't read.
I'm dyslexic, so it's A. Yeah,
He's
whatever.
only dyslexic. He says something
R-I-A-N.
stupid.
No, yeah, that's true actually. But no, I think that
Sexlexia. The
I think
sexiest
that-
of the learning disabilities.
I feel that as you know, I liked episode 7 a lot, but I think that it was a safe. We've gone through this before, but I think it's a safe movie to just get a nice base level where they can just go crazy.
Just
now.
to get a
you know what I mean?
base.
They can. They had to reestablish all the stuff that you know and love, so they can go crazy in the next 2 movies. And I think that there's enough mystery in the first one where they have a lot of threads that they could go to, and I'm just excited to see what they do with those characters. Again, I think the strength of Episode 7 is the characters. I think Rey and Finn and Poe, those are solid characters that you want to know what happens to them next. So
The ultimate fate
and
of Episode
Kylo
7
Ren.
is going to be how well the next 2 movies do.
Say that one more time.
The ultimate fate of Episode 7 is going to be how well the next 2 movies are.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, isn't Colin Trevorrow directing one of those movies?
Who's Colin Trevorrow?
Guy that directed fucking Jurassic World.
Oh,
I don't think so. Is he?
I think someone's directing 8. Like, it's not.
Someone has to
Johnson.
be.
Well, no, it's not. It's not.
We haven't
John-
lost that job to automation.
It's not Johnson though. I thought
Chinese.
I thought he was doing 7 and 8, but he's not.
Yeah.
So whatever, dude. Gareth Evans just made
true.
just made Rogue One, and
That is true. He monstered that shit.
all right. So that's the Moleies, right?
That's it.
We did it.
We did it.
You're welcome.
Man, I hope that Blade Runner sequel's good.
Yes. I think it will be.
All right, well, let's get into our review of The Punisher. It's an extra long bonus episode this week.
Oh, he is directing that.
Yep.
Again,
Yeah, fair
dude,
enough.
the guy that directed Godzilla just made a really good movie, so anything's possible.
Well,
Yeah.
he directed Jurassic World. He also directed
Trump's president,
Safety
so-
Not Guaranteed. And that movie's awesome.
Yeah, but
Oh, I like that movie.
Jurassic World is ass.
Yeah, but that's not his fault. It's dinosaur's fault.
Should have been
those dinosaurs
Jurassic
sucked.
World.
All right, let's just whip
Should've-
through this.
what?
This is not a great
Jurassic
This is the first of how many Punisher movies?
3.
Three.
Three theatrical
And several toy reviews on Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah, so when we tried to... This is another... I'll include the YouTube link that we watched in the show notes, but this is another
show
fucking...
notes.
Show nerds.
This is another fucking Dolph Lundgren movie that is like...
Nerds.
Are you guys just making random noises?
Schnotes for your ass.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This show
What are
goes...
you gonna do with the link, TJ? You gonna put it in the show notes? Where are you gonna find the link?
Jesus Christ. Anyway, this is another movie that, like...
Show notes.
What is the link for them? How would they ever see Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher without the link?
Where's the fucking link?
You couldn't see it without the link, because
Notes.
we tried to watch it at first, and it was in French on YouTube.
It was bad news.
And then guys
there's
tried
not
to
a-
play it at double speed.
There's not a Region 1 Blu-ray available either.
Yeah, which sucks.
This movie's been banned.
Yeah, they have a damn Super Mario Brothers Special Edition Blu-ray, but we can't get a Punisher 89 Bluray. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was going to say.
You're gonna talk about where you're gonna
in
put
the
the link.
I think we covered that. I think we covered that quite a bit.
show notes.
Where's the link at? Show notes.
Show notes.
Who's the baddest? All right, so I'm just gonna rip through this.
Remember when I thought that
And
was the worst movie I'd ever seen? Good lord.
yeah, come on. So, you're like a green private that's going to Vietnam and then been in the shit.
Got the stare.
All right, Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher, based on the Marvel Comics character.
Also by Cox.
Dolph,
And Jerry Ordway.
Dolph hates porcelain bad dudes. 125 folks have been punished thus far. This slippery suit is talking mad shit. That was 3 swift murders, then the big-ass house murder. Frank Castle has asbestos skin. Y'all got any more pixels? Time to nude meditate on my family's murder. LGJ doesn't want to hear about wise guys getting whacked off while he investigates debris. I was the hooker. This punk kid got close-up magic goods. I was gonna punch this thespian in his hog. Some sort of booze RC car hallucination. Just an open-door meat locker policy. These homies getting ninja to fuck. This must be a very low millimeter wetsuit for that level of mobility. Now that's what I call breakneck speed. Mom, a man just died. 3 Dolph movies, 3 crime meetings. Lady Tanaka coming through the anus door, and Yakuza making the squeeze play. Louis Gossett Jr. gonna land a harassment suit if he doesn't leave her bubble. I lived with this board for 5 years. I broke bread with this board. It's my nephew's godfather. I love this board. That creepy panda guy got. Errol Flynn pleading for kids in Dolph's motorcycle sewer.
Errol Flynn.
Smash cut to penthouse kendo gym. Nice Akuma statue. These lost boys dropping daddy truth bombs. Kid fight smash cut to every seedy's 80s basement club ever.
Wait, what?
Kid fight smash cut to every seedy 80s basement club ever.
Okay, CD.
Punisher must have bought them knives wholesale. Punisher hates games of chance. LGJ rocking a Rambo jacket.
How does he feel about Jack T. Chance, former member of the Green Lantern Corps?
Not into it. He would have M60'd it to fucking back. Big pun, don't steal kids, you dork bitch. The Yakuza's in murder slide formation. That lady fella chain hooked the fuck out of the Punisher's motorized cycle. Oh, that's a baller-ass torture rack. Japanese Sean Young digging this Yank murder. This 3-piece hobo's about to get unfucked. LGJ and that lady doing a baller-ass ex-cop sewer looking for phantoms with Affleck. Whoa, wait, say that one more time. Louis Gossett Jr. and the lady down in the baller-ass ex-cop sewer looking for phantoms with Affleck. That's what I was going for. These mobsters love champagne bowls.
Shit
I can't read my own handwriting. Granny got a gun, and the lady earring Jesus fucked the dude to a wall. Dolph upgraded from bike to big-ass municipal bus. Good luck getting that through a sewer, dickhead. These kids' therapy bills gonna be like DOD budgets. Not a winning endorsement for Master Lock. Fuck this kid, we out. Oh, let's see. These are some old-timey goon vans. Smash that car into a Mexican pyrotechnics transport. Dolph and Gossett discussing ethics and career approach. Having a 2-bike murder nightmare. Marcy Darcy better check herself at the Dead Rising 3 bus. Playing a murder version of Let's Make a Deal. Punisher has a lot of faith in this Thezzy. Gossett pizza fucks that bro in the mouth. Don't get me started on this HVAC design. Dolph is the Master P of revenge. These kendo
No limit.
Nice.
Oh, these kendo mendos are clearly expendo. Oh no, our indestructible paper walls. Karate fight in a dark room. Another immigrant pinned to a wall. We should totally store our swords point up. This elevator tech must be union. Dolph whipping on this lady fella through these crepe paper dojo. Snip, snap. Kabuki boss inducing suicide till the Punisher goes all juggernaut. Itty-bitty Chris Angel getting tossed around to develop some stones. This punk's got no fuzz on his peaches. Good luck, you orphan, otherwise I'll murder you. Back to my nude murder seance. Scene.
Well, very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. Well,
The streak continues.
Yeah,
right?
we watched another fucking awesome movie.
Another gem.
Why is this movie generally just considered terrible?
Why is Dolph Lundgren not president?
Is this the best Punisher movie?
No. I think Warzone's
Warzone.
really
I think
good.
Warzone's the
I like
best
Warzone
one.
a lot.
I mean, I think didn't we all see it in the theater?
However, no, you and I saw it. We were two of the one person that
Do you
saw
remember?
it.
Do you remember the part where he shoots that guy in the face with a shotgun?
Yeah, just point
and
blanks
the
him.
fucking cop's like, "God damn it, Frank!" We were like,
Where he punches the guy, like the kid that looks like Edward Furlong, like through his face.
"That's right."
That movie's fucking great.
It was awesome.
The Ray Stevenson. I think the Ray Stevenson Punisher is the most Ray Stevenson Punisher is the most Punisher Max Punisher.
No. The Ray Stevenson Punisher is Marvel Knights Punisher because it's like over the top and silly.
You got like the coke
Marvel Max
poor
is,
guys and he fucking blows them out of
Max
the
is
rocket
pretty
launcher.
fucking insane.
But the Max was more Marvel Max was more serious. Like,
but the violence was through the goddamn roof.
yeah, but like I mean, Marvel Knights was the one where he was like throwing people into like lion dens and like
No,
all
I
that.
love Warzone, but
Yeah.
Dominic West and
Oh, he's bad.
That's bad.
the other guy,
That drags the movie
Doug
down.
Hutchinson, are awful.
All right, so what's the best Punisher portrayal? Is it Ray Stevenson or?
Well, if we're talking about,
All of them?
are we
Or is
talking
John
about?
Bernthal?
Does Daredevil count?
Oh,
Movies only.
movies only.
Movies only is Ray Stevenson.
And then Dolph.
I
Right?
think
No, I
I
think-
think it's a coin flip.
I feel like Dolph is straight for just the
as
character.
the straight Punisher.
No, I just mean wow. No,
Not the Punisher.
just for
the Punisher.
just the character, not anything around it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like Dolph's really good. Like he's the character. I don't know. I liked.
This movie was not terrible. Like I thought this movie was supposed to be a
the
shit show.
Thomas Jane movie is flat out awful.
It's not great.
Howard Saint.
It's not good
He gets
because
a girlfriend.
he fake tortures somebody.
We're watching that during the June Travolta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He gets his family gets murdered in Puerto Rico for reasons.
Well, the movie takes place in Miami. Yeah.
You know, it's actually cheaper to fly from Baltimore to Puerto Rico than it is from Florida to Puerto Rico.
Is that right? Weird.
Neat.
But no, this Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie is great. Like it's just like the Punisher comic. Like
Yeah.
it's very like all these other Dolph Lundgren movies that we've watched so far. It's very like cutting the
Of
fat.
the 91 people that are murdered on screen in this movie, apparently, how many are murdered by thrown bladed weapons and
Half.
or spheres with nails in them?
His nail sphere game.
What
is
the
on
fuck are
point.
those things? Like at one point,
What are those balls you put in the dryer so you don't have to use fabric
I thought they looked like.
Wait, the ninjas were
I
using
thought-
those. That wasn't him.
I thought they looked like those things you see in old war movies that blow up submarines.
Looks like a mine.
Like a sea mine?
Yeah, sea mines. Like,
He did fucking jam that dude with a crossbow and then slide in on the guy's still standing corpse.
and then shot him as he was sliding down. With
Shot a
machine gun.
bunch of dudes.
God.
Sliding down with one hand.
Yeah.
Using a machine gun. When he lands, somehow he switched to a shotgun.
Oh,
he
he's
starts blowing
He's getting
people
his
away.
life with that shotgun, though.
and just like
Surgical with this bitch.
last week, we have more Yakuza in this. So
Yeah.
not only do you get Punisher shooting people left and right, but then you got ninjas in the fray, which
You
is
also have,
wonderful.
like, the two heavies in the movie are women, which is kind of progressive for a 1989 movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren straight breaks that broad's neck.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, he
jams a
breaks
piece of
one's
glass.
neck,
Yeah.
and then
No, he throws
Knife
a
throws
fucking
the other
knife
one
in the other
right
girl's
Was that a
neck.
knife? I thought it was
Yeah.
a piece of
Yeah, he threw a knife in
I
her
thought it was a
head.
piece of Debrez.
Yeah.
Dolph
Lundgren goes full Ray Rice at the end of the movie.
Jesus.
Oh, I didn't do it.
You didn't do it.
go Ravens.
What's his name? Iron Eagle. I can't think of his name.
Lou Gossett
Who's
Jr.
a good?
He's great in the movie.
Yeah.
He plays like the cop that's trying to track down
Yeah,
Frank.
Lou Gossett
Oh, he's
Jr.
going hard
plays
in the
a cop
paint.
named Berkowitz.
Yeah. What's a tradition of Punisher movies having black actors with like silly last names? Berkowitz, Bodansky.
Yeah. The
The only person that's bad in this movie is the,
Marcy Darcy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Lewis character.
why is she in the
RoboCop.
Why is
Like, I don't
she
know
in the
what-
movie at all? Like what
Maybe they.
Maybe she won a contest. Like she
Maybe
opened a
they're-
bottle of Coke. And,
Maybe her original purpose was to give them all a case of the not gays, but they kind of forgot about it partway through.
Yeah, because she's forgotten.
Right.
Like
yeah, she's not getting anyone's sap rising.
And
If you get what I'm saying.
it's
No, but you know how Dolph Lundgren
Describe
is
it better.
totally women in movies.
Erections.
But I do like the fact that
Oh.
this is a movie that doesn't have like a forced romance
Yeah.
because so many of these movies
Punisher
do.
doesn't have like a sissy moment. Like even Ray Stevenson has that sissy flashlight moment in the
Yeah.
sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren almost murders a kid.
Yeah,
He's 50-50 on it.
Yeah,
that kid gets thrown through so much.
there's
That kid
one
has CTE.
there's like there's one scene with that kid who's like one of the mobster's sons where he like all these kids are in a jail cell and he tries to like attack one of these like Yakuza guards and the guy legit just like throws him across the room.
He
It's
knocks
fucking
the shit out of him. The kid gets up with a chair and hits him with a chair.
Yeah, like
and then he fucking punches him out. He like
Attitude Era style
Yeah.
tries to hit him with a chair.
the kid he sold it. He sold it real well.
Who's good?
That Yakuza guy he was stiff.
Protect the business.
I think that the movie would have been even better if we didn't have to watch it in the shitty stream that we watched it on
Yeah,
because
it was it couldn't keep up with the
And we got
frame
that
rate with
weird
some of the gun
interlude in the
battles.
center. Where
Oh,
we
I
thought the
forgot
thing
about
was-
that.
Yeah, it was like 15 seconds of just a piano playing, and it went to
It's
black.
the roadshow cut.
Oh, can we talk about the fucking scene where the Punisher is killing a bunch of ninjas inside of like a
fun house?
Yeah, like a funhouse / arcade. Ninjas are going down one of those giant slides and shooting
one of the best fucking
Uzis.
scenes in the movie.
It's amazing.
This movie is a. Did you guys already see the Rotten Tomatoes score on this thing?
That's probably like 4.
28.
That's actually higher than I expected. But, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Every one of these movies has been like, way low compared to
Movies that are that old though, like a lot of times they're retroactive reviews.
Oh.
I don't. I always heard this movie was fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The movie's a lot of fun. Dolph? This probably get the least Dolph of any of the Dolph movies we watched thus far.
He's good.
He's really good in it.
Yeah,
though.
but I mean, like he's on screen
and
maybe half the time.
Yeah, that's good though, because I mean, like you don't want to see that character just like for the whole movie. He loses some of the mystique if he's just.
And he says the least of any of the
Yeah.
movies we've seen him in so far.
I like the Dolph Lundgren voiceover when they do like that weird kind of Sam Raimi-esque kind of frantic cut into the sewers where he's
Showing
like
him naked.
I love that part. But he's like, I talk to God.
We forgot the guy that directed this movie edited every movie from like 1980 to 2000.
Yeah, he's got some pedigree.
This guy has a hell of a
He
career.
edited both of the first two Terminators.
Yeah. But
And that's why there's a lot of
that he was
interesting
smart
shot
enough to
composition
get off
cuts.
that get off that bandwagon.
Right.
yeah, that's something you should bring up. But there's definitely like for a movie that's just kind of standard boilerplate 80s action movie. There's some interesting cuts that come in this movie. You're just like, wow, that was kind of like that's different. I wouldn't have expected that.
This is not a canon movie like we all thought, but it is written by Bo Ziakin, who's
I could have sworn it was a canon movie. I don't know why
might
I
as
thought
well
that.
be.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a canon movie in a lot of ways. Anything else we're going to talk about before we get into Five Knuckle Shuffles?
So.
Yeah,
No.
it's... Yeah. All right. Sean.
8
Five Knuckle Shuffles.
This is the tight 70 minutes that Showdown a Little Tokyo was.
It's got a bit of a soggy middle.
Like, maybe...
Don't we all?
Maybe this would get a 9 if I saw, like, a good cut, like, a good version of it, but it was hard to watch.
Yeah,
so-
Shout Factory, I know you listen to the show. Can you get the rights to this and put out, like, a nice Blu-ray of Punisher, please?
And send us 4 copies.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe
money.
maybe no one's putting it out because it's a Marvel thing? Maybe
Could be.
it might have something to do with that.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's a good point.
I don't know.
Well, maybe they didn't. Maybe
they
Fox owned it. Maybe they owned the rights to it. Maybe because of the
Yeah,
Punisher thing.
I
and
think
then-
Punisher's one of those characters that like the rights are pretty muddy for a long
Yeah.
time, right? Because like even that Warzone was done through like Lionsgate.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Lionsgate had a contract for all the Marvel stuff for a while.
Oh, is that right?
They did all the animation too.
Huh.
Who put this out?
New World.
New World, which is I don't
They're
they,
the phone.
they don't
New
World doesn't
New
exist
World?
anymore, right?
You're
Yeah.
2-time WWE.
We'll have to be Rabbit put him to sleep at the fucking shelter.
Come on, guys, we're getting some money.
8 Five Knuckle Shuffles from Sean. Out.
Also an 8.
8 Five Knuckle Shuffles from
This movie
out.
is very, very good. Like Gogs, I remember.
Gogs on a terrible phone.
Well, yeah, I don't know who my kids are.
Neither does he.
It ain't mine.
Yeah, I know I saw this movie when I was a kid, or like I don't know, when I was probably like 10 or 12.
Right.
And I remember it not being great, but this movie is great. I was wrong. I was a dumb kid.
We all were.
I was
Dumb
a
adult.
stupid
Yeah,
ass kid.
I'm still pretty stupid.
This movie is great. It fucking
Have you seen Adult TJ? Because he's pretty stupid.
explosions all over the place. Dolph Lundgren just killing dudes. 91 on-screen deaths.
Yeah.
And that doesn't include all the people. He has a body count of 125 before we even get in this
Oh,
movie.
he doubles it.
Yeah.
125.
Oh,
They can't
yeah.
nail it down.
So he's at this point killed 100 and at least 216 people by the time this movie's over with.
People get
That's a pretty
bodied.
good- That's a pretty good body count.
You can be president of the Philippines with a body count like that.
Hello.
My only
Doing work day.
Right?
My only complaint is a minor one is that he doesn't have the skull on his chest.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, that does.
And I
suck.
looked up. I tried to find out why when we first started watching it, and there's no like definitive reason. Some people said that Marvel had disputes with them about it, but I guess that was debunked. But
Like
Well,
disputes with Dolph.
there was the second term Reagan skeleton embargo.
I don't like that skull, mommy.
this would have been first term.
It wasn't
Bush,
until
wasn't it?
no 89. So, oh yeah, you're right.
No, 89 would have been.
Yeah, it would have been Bush.
Oh yeah, Reagan's right. 88.
Well, I mean, depends on prior to January 20th.
Yeah.
We hadn't reached the
But-
skeleton yet.
Regardless, I wish he had the skull. I think the skull would have made it a little.
Skull
more...
would have given it
some of those
point,
scenes where it's
if
just
he had a
like-
skull, it would have been a point bump.
Well, I don't know.
about
They
a
could
point.
introduce a skull like they did in the Thomas Jane, which is
Daddy!
super stupid.
But like some of those scenes where it's just his silhouette, if they do like a lit up skull on that
Yeah.
shirt while you're just seeing him in the white skull, that
Like
would have been a
with
lot
Christmas
more.
lights.
Yeah.
Or even the
Right,
way
right.
they,
The skull in
or the way they did
That
it
would've
in
been a lot more.
Warzone was
where it's
great.
like
He
a
just made it. Yeah.
spray painted onto his vest. That was cool.
Yeah, you don't
Crazy
spray it.
lunatic.
All right, 8 5-knuckle shuffles from
2
Alex.
8s.
You're about to get 3 8s. 8 5-knuckle shuffles from this guy. I really like the movie. Again, the reason it stays away from a 10 is it's not quite as tight as Showdown in Little Tokyo. You know what I mean? It's a great movie. It's full of a lot of fun action sequences, but there's some.
But they do talk for more than 3 minutes
Yeah.
in the movie.
Oh, I felt like there's like a little bit in the middle. It kind of drags a little
Yeah.
bit.
There's some
It gets
scenes,
right off though. Like, from the jump, it's
Yeah.
like
There's some scenes with like the crime bosses that you don't
that
need.
subplot about the Yakuza muscling in on the Italian
No,
mob
I
is kind
could
of unnecessary.
care less.
no one
gives a
cares.
shit.
The female cop is completely unnecessary. I think they realized she was unnecessary halfway through the movie. They're just like, oh wait. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought that again, Dolph Lundgren is fantastic. He delivers his lines like you'd want the Punisher to deliver his lines. You get to see his butt in this movie, which I really was a big
Get
fan
that Punisher.
of.
Two big old Christmas hams twice.
No,
Four hams.
I really enjoyed this movie a lot. There's a lot of fun, just point blank gun murder, which is always fun in movies.
Yeah.
But there was a fucking scene where he runs a bus through a bunch of people, and somehow a guy busts through the bus window and then is on the bus and then fights Dolph Lundgren. I mean, it's amazing. I'm so glad I remember this. There's a scene in where again, this is the scene where he's in the big like funhouse arcade thing, and he's driving his motorcycle at like way too fast a speed inside
on a catwalk.
and he gets knocked off the bike, and like legit, the stuntman had to die because he
50 feet down to the throat.
It looks like a guy rode a motorcycle, was driving like 60 miles an hour, and then just hit a wall and then flew
It's like
off
a
this.
motorcycle version of that shopping cart stunt they did in Jackass.
Yeah.
Where they would just hit the curb as hard as they could.
I mean, it's like the craziest stunt, and it's given no time. Like, it's literally just cut.
Yeah.
And, like, we all were sitting here like, well, that guy's dead. Like, it was,
Oh, he
it's
did.
the way they treat stuntmen in...
Shallow grave in a back lot
It's the way
somewhere.
they treat stuntmen in Indonesia. I mean, it was a crazy fucking stunt. That was, again, the funny thing was, it was a crazy stunt that was given nothing.
Yeah.
But I love this movie. 8 5-knuckle shuffles. Dolph Sember has just been just a
gift that keeps on giving.
treasure trove of really great films. Gogs.
I'm gonna round it up with another 8.
Yeah.
8s across the board. Not as strong as Showdown in Little Tokyo or
What
I
is?
Come in Peace.
I Come in Peace, but just a surprisingly enjoyable movie that should have been, according to everyone I've ever spoken to about it, an awful shit show. Dolph's great in it, body count's high, it's what you want in a Punisher movie. A little bit of slowdown, but whatever. Louis Gossett Jr. is fucking working. He's doing work.
Yeah.
And the boss lady's intimidating. It's good. It's a good film.
How much of this, like, kind of everybody remembers it being bad is people that actually saw it and people that just heard it was bad and then just regurgitate that, oh yeah, that movie sucked.
I don't
I
know,
think that's
man.
what Sean said a long
Fake
time
news.
ago about John Carter.
Yeah.
Like, it got blasted so much. How many people,
Yeah, that's what I'm
how many
talking about.
critics didn't even watch it? They just,
Yeah.
or gave it a cursory glance. Like
Yeah.
everybody said, it's terrible. It's got to be
Hashtag
terrible.
fake news.
Yeah. That movie was a shockingly enjoyable experience.
Yeah. all these Dolph movies I would describe the same way. Like, I wasn't expecting this movie to be that good. And it was fantastic. Like, this is a movie I would watch again. I'd love to buy it if I could.
You can't.
I'm nervous about
buy it even more.
I'm nervous about week 4. Like, is there ever gonna
just watch Day of Reckoning?
Are we just gonna drop off this high?
No, we watch Red Scorpion.
We're gonna watch Red Scorpion, which looks fantastic.
Oh boy,
never seen it, but it looks fantastic.
Dolph Lundgren, everyone's top beef weasel.
Yeah.
I think Sean. We didn't actually talk about this on the show, did we? Sean did some research, and we've reviewed probably more Dolph Lundgren movies.
This is our 9th Dolph Lundgren movie. We'll be at an even 10 next week.
Yeah.
So it's this. I come in peace.
Showdown.
EYE.
Yeah. He-Man. Skin Trade.
All three
Universal
Soldiers.
Yeah. And they've all been good.
Yep.
We've liked every single one of them. There hasn't been a dud yet.
Yeah. That He-Man almost made my surprise.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
All studs, no duds.
I really enjoyed the He-Man movie. Actually, it's fun.
I remember as a kid, the only thing I didn't like about the movie was the little wizard.
He was fucking annoying.
Dorfus?
Yeah. Dorfus. Was that his
He was
name?
clearly supposed to be Orko, and they were just couldn't
How could they couldn't figure out how to make that work?
They couldn't figure out how a shirt.
I still think
a long shirt and a hat with eyes.
The best piece of trivia about that movie, though, is that stupid Sean. You brought this up. The key for that, like that dimensional key, costs like $10,000.
12 of them.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
It's all on the screen.
It's crazy that the fucking Cyborg is a script for He-Man too.
It's just very strange. Anyway, so next week, Red Scorpion's going to close out Dolph December. And then what's Nuclear Winter?
Nuclear Winter.
More good
Nuclear
stuff.
Winter, Black History Month,
Yeah.
WWE Easter again.
Yes.
Oh, it's April?
Resident April.
Resident April.
Oh, no.
I'm pushing for Matthew McConaughey.
Matt,
But he's done a lot of just movies.
Yeah. Like, what are we going to
For
watch?
the money.
Contact?
Michael May.
Sahara.
What's the one where
Contact's actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
Michael May
Is that
good,
a
but his
good
movies-
podcast movie?
His movies are all way
All
too
Michael
long.
Michael May.
What
Michael
about
Bay's movies are like
what about
3 hours a piece.
What's that movie where
Transformers almost killed himself?
What's that movie where he lives with Terry Bradshaw and he's 50
Failure
years
to
old?
Launch.
Oh, that's it.
What's that one where he's basically Truman showing it?
Ed.
TV.
TV.
It came out the same time as Truman Show, if I remember correctly. It's like a Deep Impact.
We'll figure out
Vertical
something for May.
Horizon
We always
situation.
Malians.
Malians.
do. Wait, did we just say Maceball?
No,
No, we
Summer.
just said Boys of Summer. Baseball's pretty good though.
Boys of Summer, I like.
We could watch Alien Resurrection.
Oh God,
Yeah. We could watch Alien Nation.
I've never seen that movie.
That's not bad.
It was a movie then a TV show, right?
Yes.
That's the one where they drink milk and they get drunk.
It's sour
off the
milk gets them drunk.
Yeah.
And they
their heads
dissolve
look
in-
like
they
cantaloupes.
dissolve in
Scott
salt
could take
water.
a Jimmy Conn impression out for a walk.
Ooh,
Finally.
that would be fun. Ooh, maybe Malians.
Yeah.
I like it.
We can watch Species.
We can watch.
And then after
we can
after
watch,
Malians, we got June Travolta.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the Mars Attacks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
I love that
All right,
movie.
I think Malians. I think we've landed on
Yeah,
Malians.
Malians.
Alien Resurrection.
Alien Resurrection is
But what's
garbage.
his name's in it? Michael.
Alien versus Predator.
So we're booked up until July.
What's that one cat
Yeah.
who was in Crow that we like?
Who?
Michael B.
No, it's
What?
Brandon Lee.
Oh, what's his name? Yeah. Bang, bang.
Michael-
Oh, fuck, I'm dead.
What's his name?
Michael
Wincott.
Showalter.
Michael Wincott. Yeah.
God, yeah.
Not Michael Showalter.
All right, everybody.
Buck Showalter.
We'll see you next week. Next week
is incredibly fuckable, isn't she?
next week we'll be talking more in depth about Rogue One, so you can hear. Our,
So go listen to that.
We might even see it again.
yeah.
High
So.
percentage chance.
Anyway, next week we got Rogue One and Red Scorpion. So you guys have a good holiday, and we'll see you next week.
Later, boners.
Bye.
Come on, God. Answer me. It's years I'm asking you why. Why are the innocent dead and the guilty alive? Where is justice? Where is punishment? Or have you already answered? Have you already said to the world, here is justice, here is punishment, here in me?
for the human race. Guilty punishment for